everyone, how are you today? My name is Kaushik. I study in pristine private school Dubai, year 4. I aspire to become an astronaut, so I read a lot about outer space and keep myself updated. I am a stargazer too. Well, let's delve in. Can you guess what is our session all about? Well, I can give you a hint. Destination, the red planet. Any guesses? Yes, you are close. We will be discussing about the Emirates Mars mission, in specific about our UAE nation's latest achievement, the Hope probe. I will share with you the knowledge I gained from the space camp in Hope Academy. Al-Amal, the Hope probe, was successfully launched on 20th July 2020 at 1:58 a.m. UAE time. It was launched from Tanegashima Space Center, Japan, after a historic Arabic countdown.
Yes! Hope lifted off, taking all our hopes, soaring high into the sky.
Oh, welcome! This is my space buddy, Andromeda. Isn't she cute? She's full of fun and facts, and she will be with us throughout the presentation. Say hello, Andromeda.
Hello.
Next stop, Mars.
But why are we even heading to Mars?
Mars explorations have shown that it was once habitable. Maybe we can make it our second home. Understanding the Martian climate will give us insight into the past and future of our own Earth's atmosphere. It helps to improve the quality of life on Earth by making new discoveries and building new technologies.
Did you know this computer mouse that Sana is using now was also a product of the space age?
Many such things invented for space explorations have become our day-to-day products, including the mobile that each one of us are holding now. Let's look into our destination. Mars is the fourth planet in the solar system, just next to Earth. Do you think winter's cold on Earth? Temperature on Mars can go as low as minus 125 degrees Celsius.
Anyone planning a vacation to escape the summer?
Oh, Andromeda, Earth is in the Goldilocks zone.
Goldilocks zone?
Yes, it's not too far or not too close to the sun. Just right to keep water in liquid form on Earth. Although a little too far, Mars can still become a hospitable planet.
Mars is a cute planet.
Yep, it is second smallest planet in our solar system. It is only half the size of Earth.
And so you can jump much higher on Mars.
Indeed, Mars has 65% less gravity than on Earth. If you can jump 1 meter high on Earth, you can jump about 2.6 meters high on Mars. Mars has 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos.
You know, scientists predict that in 20 to 40 million years, the format will be torn by the tidal forces, that its fragments will form a ring around the red planet. Oh, ooh, it will look like Saturn then.
1 year on Mars is 687 Earth days. It is because Mars's orbit is much bigger.
We will be much younger in Mars.
1 day on Mars is called a sol. A sol is slightly longer than an Earth day, about 24 hours and 37 minutes. Mars has 4 seasons, just like on Earth. On the days when we are in Mars, this will be our sunrise, noon, sunset, and starry night with the 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, shining at us. During the sunrise and sunset, fine dust makes the blue prominent. Mars is home to the largest volcano in the solar system, Olympus Mons. It is 3 times as high as Mount Everest.
Can you spot Olympus Mons in this picture?
You got it. This one is Olympus Mons on Mars. These are real pictures of Mars, taken by the rovers like Curiosity and Spirit. Mars has very little water now. Martian landscape is full of rocky mountains, canyons, volcanoes, dry lake beds, and craters all over it. There are currently many spacecrafts exploring Mars. Our HOPE probe will join the crew. HOPE the probe.
HOPE is a symbol of new possibilities and great achievements.
Undoubtedly, HOPE is basically an orbiter that explores the Mars. This picture was taken during the assembling stage. The HOPE probe will study the global weather of Mars and the factors causing changes throughout the day across the planet during all the seasons for 1 Martian year. It will help us understand the Martian atmosphere and its layers.
Do you see? Mars was once a planet with thick atmosphere, capable of sustaining liquid water on the surface. About billions of years ago. Now, it has become a cold, dry, rocky planet with thick, arid atmosphere.
Very true, Andromeda. These studies will help us understand the reasons behind the atmospheric laws. By the way, what is an atmosphere? In simple terms, an atmosphere is the layer of gas that surrounds a planet or any celestial body. It consists of several different gases that plants and animals use to survive.
Earth's atmosphere has about 21% of oxygen and less than 1% of carbon dioxide, while on Mars, 96% of the atmosphere consists of carbon dioxide.
Earth's atmosphere has 5 layers, while Mars's atmosphere has 3 thin layers. HOPE will be the first ever probe to give complete picture of the Martian atmosphere. To do this, HOPE is equipped with 3 scientific instruments: EXI, EMIRS, and EMUS. Along with this, HOPE has a directional dish antenna that is 1.85 meters long to communicate with us. HOPE has a 600-watt solar panel to charge the batteries,
Which is enough power to run around 20 laptops.
and it also has star trackers to navigate to its destination.
Just like how Maui taught Moana how to set sail following the stars.
Certainly, this is just how our ancestors traveled, using constellations to navigate.
All put together, HOPE is about the size of a small car.
EXI, Emirates Exploration Imager. It is a digital camera with 12 megapixels that studies the Martian lunar atmosphere in the visible and ultraviolet bands. It measures the water ice and ozone levels. It captures high-resolution images of Mars, even during the dust storms.
Did you know dust storms on Mars can last for days together?
Sometimes, though rarely, dust storms on Mars can be fierce enough to cover the entire planet in a dusty haze for weeks. This is Mars without a dust storm, as you can see the rocky features clearly, while in this picture you can see the planet is hazy. That's why it is with a dust storm. EMUS, Emirates Mars Ultraviolet Spectrometer. This instrument studies the upper atmosphere of Mars through the ultraviolet wavelengths. It determines the distribution of carbon monoxide and oxygen in the thermosphere, and also the distribution of oxygen and hydrogen in the exosphere. EMIRS, Emirates Mars Infrared Spectrometer. It is a spectrometer that studies the Martian lower atmosphere in the infrared bands. It measures the distribution of dust, ice cloud, water vapor, and temperature profiles of the Martian atmosphere. It works together with the EXI and EMUS and provides linkage from lower to upper atmosphere.
What next?
Various experiments will be performed to understand the global weather of Mars and factors causing changes. We will have a clearer picture of the Martian atmosphere and its layers, and will be able to understand why Sun is removing Mars's atmosphere, especially hydrogen and oxygen. Based on this knowledge, we will be able to build an integrated model of the Martian seasons. Mars Science City, Dubai.
Yes, a little Mars on Earth.
Mars Science City in Dubai. This will replicate Martian conditions to provide a realistic model to simulate living on the surface of Mars, which will in turn help us achieve the ambitious project of building the first inhabitable city on Mars by 2117. Martian Dream.
Martian Dream 2117.
This is a 100-year project vision by our leaders. We are blessed to be in this era where we have Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center and UAE Space Agency actively encouraging students to be a part of their space explorations and studies. Isn't that amazing? There's more than science to unveil. It usually takes about 10 years to complete and launch such probes. Under the guidance of our visionary leaders, a team of 450 young engineers, of which 34% were women, worked together to launch Hope in 6 years, especially over this COVID time. Start action, no procrastination. Stop not till the mission's accomplished. Solar power is readily available in the outer space. Hope's secondary batteries are recharged by solar panels, but during times when it is out of direct sunlight, or in case of unexpected times, RPS, radioisotope generators, will provide energy for Hope.
Think like a scientist. What if?
Exactly. We must have different plans. If not plan A, we always have a plan B in store for us. Hope probe's original launch date was on 15 July 2020. It was delayed due to unstable weather conditions. Rocket launches need optimum temperature and wind speed and permissible clouds. It was finally launched on 20 July 2020.
Patience paves the way.
Just over an hour after launch, Hope probe transmitted its first signal from space. This came after the solar panels were deployed to power its systems following its separation from the launch vehicle. On 22nd of July, Hope probe captured and relayed its first image of its destination.
Just like aiming at the parrot's eye.
Definitely. This is the first sighting of Mars, taken by the star trackers after the spacecraft traveled 1 million kilometers into space. Hope probe is currently cruising at 121,000 kilometers per hour speed. This image explains how Hope the probe will reach its Mars orbit. As we know, it is unlike on Earth how we travel from one destination to another. In the outer space, all the celestial bodies are moving constantly. Earth and Mars orbit the Sun, and the spacecraft is moving too. It's more like passing a paper plane between two moving vehicles, moving in different speeds and different tracks. Launch into space is planned considering the time, location, and orbiting speed of Earth, Mars, and the spacecraft.
Lens transfer orbit.
Rightly said. That's what's used here. On 17th August, the Hope probe has successfully completed its first trajectory correction maneuver, TCM-1.
This is a major milestone in its journey to Mars.
Definitely, this is like steering our car. This is a course correction that will define the path of Hope to cruise to Mars and reach directly into the Mars's capture orbit. The TCM required firing up the Hope's engine Delta V thrusters for the first time. Hope will require few more trajectory corrections to reach its destination. 2020 is called the Year of Mars. Favorable time to send Mars missions is called the Mars launch window, which happens once in every 2 years. That's why there are more missions to Mars this year, including NASA's Perseverance. The launch window was between July 15th to August 3rd. It will take 7 months to travel the 493.5 million kilometers. Hope is expected to reach its Mars orbit in February 2021, marking the 50th anniversary of the UAE. The probe will remain orbiting Mars for an entire Martian year, which is equivalent to 2 years on Earth. A single orbit around Mars will take about 55 hours. Did you know Hope
Hope is powered enough to orbit Mars further than beyond 1 Martian year? Ahead of the expectation.
Here is the launch video for those who missed it. That incredible moment as the H-2A rocket hurtled into space with the Hope probe. It carried with it the dreams and aspirations of the Arab world. Emirates is a land where impossible is possible. Did you know our ozone is healing? True, it is time we care for our atmosphere too.
What can we do to care for our atmosphere?
Let's go green. Say no to plastic and say yes to the greens. Plant more trees, for they give us oxygen and rain. Save water and conserve energy.
Energy?
Certainly. Please do your part to conserve energy. Switch off lights, fans, and ACs when you step out of your room. We can get better at our waste management. Sort them And always remember, reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Give me a hoot!
Now, let's get creative. I invite each one of you to get creative, making a model of the Hope probe using the recyclable materials available at home. Please share it on social media using the hashtag HopeMarsMission. This is mine.
Start action!
Thank you. Thank you, Space Science Learning Club and Vinod sir for this inspiring opportunity. Thanks to my school for the foundation, and thanks to Frontier Learning Solution for the enthralling space camp and the knowledge. Special thanks to MBR Space Center, Emirates Mars Mission, Hope Mars Mission, and UAE Space Agency, without whom this couldn't have been possible. Thank you, one and all.